My name's Naeem Mahmood. I'm the director of Brash Young Turks, which is my debut feature film. It's just been released in the UK. It's having its television premiere on May the 21st on London Live, and then we're on to iTunes, Google Play, DVD, and yeah, get ready for it. Brash Young Turks is a story about a new breed of ambitious London youth who are dreaming of making it big whilst fighting against oppression, greed and adversity. It's a fresh new addition to British cinema. It's a completely new take on London youth, a lot more progressive, a lot more ambitious, with more substance and swagger at the same time. It's an urban fantasy which is a lot more bolder, brasher and a lot more stylish. And it's very much about these characters finding their own identity, carving their own characters and not following what someone else tells them to be or do, and finding their own sort of way forward. It's very much a coming of age story. It's something like you've never seen in the UK before. You're definitely going to see London in a completely different light. I felt like the way young people were being portrayed in British cinema and films was quite poor, to be honest. There's a lot of typical cliches, hoodies, and I think in Britain people love to box people into like emo kids, hoodies, or this or that. I just wanted to do a film where there's these group of young people who don't fit into any box and find their own identity and go against the grain of what society expects them to be. And it's very much about these characters coming of age and their relationships as they rise up the so-called food chain and in Britain, in London. Brash Young Turks is a grand film, especially when you consider the fact that this was born from a small little youth centre in Hackney with no real industry backing, no real support. The only funding we were able to get was some funding from Inspire, a charity based in Hackney which works with young people. So we pretty much had to really hustle to make this epic movie, to transform London into this hyper-stylized reality. Shooting in 50 locations, in faraway beaches, on top of Europe's highest outdoor restaurant, on the Heron Tower, shooting in the carnival in the midst of 500,000 people. I really wanted to push the boat out and take these characters on an epic journey from kind of starting off in the sort of streets and on the estates of London, but then rising up into the sort of higher echelons, into a world that is sometimes locked off to certain people from certain backgrounds. But with the Brash Young Turks, they're looking to boot down those doors, hook or by crook and by any means necessary. I grew up in West London, in Ladbroke Grove. My dad had a shop in Portobello Road. I think that's where I get some of my vibrant, bold, sort of colourful style from. Ladbroke Grove was very much a community with Portuguese people, Rastas, Moroccans, all kinds of people coming into this one space, and all this sort of mix of music, fashion and style, and I think that kind of seeps into a lot of the work that I do. I never went to any film school. I never went to any uni or anything like that. I went to about 10 colleges for like a week each, and I just, the sort of whole rigid Orwellian sort of education system wasn't really for me. It was not until I came across a home video camera that I was able to really start to express myself, and I got hold of my little riff-raff mates at the time when I was in my teens, and we just went out into the neighbourhood and just started making films, started shooting stuff on this camera, and that was a way for us to become really constructive and have a voice and express ourselves. Diversity in the media, or lack of, I think that the industry is very, very behind when it comes to diversity. But also, the way I see it, I don't like this tokenism, the begging to these corporations that we need to have diversity. Create your own industry. That's the way I look at it. A lot of these organisations like the British Brainwashing Corporation, they're doing the same old shit we've seen time and time again. And the new generation has the power, especially with the internet platforms, social media and all of this sort of stuff, to create their own content that they can put out, create their own audiences, create their own power bases, if they come together. So I'm very much about not just looking and begging to the industry for crumbs, Go and do your own thing. Take charge of your destiny and stop following. Since the release of Brash Young Turks, I've got quite a few projects in development now. I've had several offers as well to do features. project that I'm particularly excited about is a raucous, hyper-stylized crime thriller called Us, which mixes supernatural elements into the sort of gangster genre as well. So that's going to be out of this world. Nothing like you've seen in the UK. That's already in development, and we've already started shooting some stuff for that. So that's what I'm working on at the moment.